Bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Today, another important verb, the verb aller. So in this lesson, we are going to learn the verb aller if you don't know it already, and we are going to have a look at some of its key uses. But before we move on, if there's anything you'd like me to cover in my lessons in the future, please do not hesitate to leave your suggestions in the comment section. Also, if you're looking for a private tutor and you would like a bit more help with your French, then bear in mind that I provide online tutoring sessions and you will find all the details in the video description. But for now, back to the verb aller. Alors, c'est parti! Like many French verbs, the verb aller is a key verb, and for that reason I think it's very important to memorize it in the present tense, and to do that you need subject pronouns. Here they are in French. Then we need to add the appropriate form of the verb aller. Aller is an irregular verb, so it's got its own pattern. So it goes like that. Je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, on va, nous allons. Be careful, the S of nous is going to be pronounced as a Z sound. Nous allons. Vous allez, same thing for vous. Ils vont, elles vont. To say to go to in French, we're going to say aller à. À is what we call a preposition, a little word that goes before a word, and it means several things. It can mean at, to, or sometimes in, and you will see that it will change depending on the word that follows. If you want to express the idea of going to a country, first of all, you need to remember that all nouns in French are grammatically either masculine or feminine, and singular or plural. And this, of course, applies to countries. Therefore, if the country is feminine, for example, la France, the preposition à becomes en. For example, je vais en France. If the country is masculine, as in le Portugal, the preposition à becomes au. Je vais au Portugal. If now the country is plural, for example, les États-Unis, the à, the preposition à, will become au with an X. The difference between the singular au and the plural au is only obvious when you speak, when the country that follows starts with a vowel. Je vais aux États-Unis. I'm going to pronounce the X as a Z sound. Finally, if you want to use the verb aller with cities, the à, the preposition à, stays as normal. Je vais à Paris, nous allons à Londres, il va à New York. If you use the verb aller for other places than countries or cities, you must remember the rule about masculine, feminine, and plural of nouns. Because if the place that you're going to is feminine or it starts with a vowel, then nothing changes. I'm going to say je vais à la poste or ils vont à l'opéra. On the other hand, if the place is a masculine place or a plural place, this is what happens. A plus le in French becomes au. Therefore, if I'm going to the museum, I'm going to say je vais au musée. If the place is plural, for example, les magasins, I will say je vais au magasin. There are a number of useful common expressions using the verb aller, and here are a few. Aller bien, aller mal, aller mieux, aller chercher, aller trop loin, aller comme un gant, aller droit au but, aller jusqu'au bout. If you know these expressions, the only thing you need to remember is your verb aller to form sentences. For example, je vais bien, I'm good, I'm fine. Il va chercher Marie, he's speaking of Marie. Mes parents vont mieux. The verb aller is often used to ask how someone is or to say how you are. For example, ça va? Oui, ça va bien. It's also used as a sign of encouragement. For example, allez les bleus. In case you don't know, les bleus represent the French football squad because their jersey is blue. So, allez les bleus, come on blues. You can also use aller to ask if something is okay. For example, le menu, ça vous va? Or ça te va une omelette? And finally, you can use aller to say that something suits or matches. For example, cette couleur te va bien. Or le chapeau va avec les gants. It's very useful to know the verb aller because you can use it to talk about the future. So let's see how it's done. When we use the verb aller to talk about the future, we say that we use the immediate future, le futur proche in French. For that, it's quite easy. We use the verb aller in the present tense. Now be careful because the present tense can be translated two ways. If I say je vais, it can mean I go, but it can also mean I'm going. So I use the present tense of the verb aller, then I add an infinitive verb. An infinitive verb is a verb that is not conjugated. It is in its raw form and it's the form you would find in a dictionary. For example, manger, finir, vendre, faire, partir, and of course the verb aller itself. I'll give you some examples in sentences. Je vais manger une pizza. Je vais means I'm going. Manger, to eat. Therefore, je vais manger une pizza. I'm going to eat a pizza. Other example. Elle va finir son travail. She's going to finish. She's going to finish her work. Finally, ils vont aller. They're going, ils vont. Aller, to go. Ils vont aller au cinéma means they're going to go to the cinema. So that's it for today. Remember that you can download the summary for this lesson from my website. It's totally free. And also bear in mind that I use my own version of phonics in my lessons. So if you wonder about what it is and what to do with it, don't hesitate to download the handout again from my website, or you can also watch the video on the topic. But other than that, that's it for today. Alors au revoir et à bientôt.